Hi, my name is Pallavi Prasad and today I have an important update for you. The center has increased the interval between 2 doses of Covishield. This happened on May 13th. You now have to wait for 12 to 16 weeks or 3 to 4 months after you take your first dose of Covishield and then take your second dose. Till now, the gap was only 6 to 8 weeks or 1.5 to 2 months. No change has been announced for Covaxin. The gap between 2 doses of Covaxin remains 4 to 6 weeks. After this announcement, many of you have asked us about the science behind it as well as nuts and bolts questions, which we are answering in today's video. First, the science. There is solid scientific data to suggest that the efficacy of Covishield increases when you take the second dose 12 weeks or 3 months after you take the first dose. There is more than one study which shows this, but I want to highlight a study published in The Lancet, one of the world's most renowned medical journals. It showed that a 12-week interval between 2 doses of Covishield was 81% effective against symptomatic COVID-19, compared with a 55% for a 6-week interval. The World Health Organization suggests an 8 to 12-week gap between the 2 doses, which is the sweet spot for the highest efficacy as tested in clinical trials. The UK, where the vaccine was first manufactured, also follows a gap of 12 weeks. Spain and Canada are 2 countries where a 16-week gap is recommended between 2 Covishield doses. It is not clear on what scientific basis India has suggested an upper limit of 16 weeks dosing interval for Covishield. Now to questions we have received. What about people who have already taken the first dose of Covishield before this announcement? When should they take their second dose? You should now schedule your second dose 12 to 16 weeks later from the date of your first dose. The second question some of you have asked: how does this affect those who have already taken both doses of Covishield but with a gap of 6 to 8 weeks? It doesn't affect them negatively. The vaccine is still safe and efficacious between the 6 to 8 week mark. The vaccine has been found to be 55% efficacious in preventing symptomatic COVID-19 with a 6-week interval between doses. But studies across the world show that on average, Covishield was found to be over 90% effective in preventing severe COVID-19 and death, even if the 2 doses are taken with a gap of 4, 6, 8, 12 weeks between them. So if you have already taken both doses of Covishield at the 28-day mark or the 6 to 8 week mark, thank you. You have taken us one step closer to beating this pandemic and of course protected yourself and those around you. Please keep wearing a mask, staying indoors, maintaining hygiene and distance. Finally, we have been asked, what do you do if you take the first dose of Covishield, then get infected? How long after recovery should you take the second dose? The answer to this is not clear so far, and we will get that clarity for you. Currently, the rule is you wait 4 to 6 weeks after recovery and take your second dose by the 12-week mark. An internal government panel has recommended a change on when to vaccinate after infection. This has not been officially accepted or announced by the center. I repeat, this has not been implemented. We are waiting for a yes, a no, and more clarity from the government on this and how it impacts those who are due for their second dose of Covishield after recovering. As soon as we know, we will tell you. Or if we don't hear anything official anytime soon, we will get an expert and ask them to clarify this doubt. So to sum it up, this is only for Covishield. Get your second dose of Covishield 12 to 16 weeks after the first. But if you have already taken both doses with a smaller gap between them, that's also fine. You are still heavily protected against severe COVID-19 and death. I'll stop here for today. Please share this video on your feeds, on WhatsApp, with friends and family. It's so important that people have the right information, simply explained, and we're counting on you to help us out. If you have been listening, thank you so much for your time.